Good morning, evening, and afternoon, everybody. We've won the die roll here with our mono red aggro deck. On the keep, that's a risky hand. Yeah. What I mean, of course, is that that's a risky keep. So we'll try for at least one more mountain. There we go. One drop, two drop, three drop, three lands. That one's looking a little bit better. So let's introduce our cowardly bell striking friend. Pass her back. A Temur control opponent, probably. That's the most recent development in Temur sciences. This time we do the Denizen so that we can swing for 4 with him next turn and give him a difficult choice where to use his Wild Slash or Magma Jet, or whatever this deck is running as removal. Alright, he is forging ahead with the game plan here. So if we draw a Wild Slash, we Dragon Fodder Wild Slash. If we draw anything else, we probably just Swordling Outburst and swing with the team. So we will do that. Play our third mountain first. There we go. Good old Denizen triggers. Triple stack them, double stack them. They're good either way. Dash stack them. So we'll offer the trade here. Yep, he snaps off the block. Which is okay, because we've got, 5 more power in hand, 5 on the board. He seems to be off of green and red mana for the most part, besides his first turn tri-land there. Allow Yasova. Okay. Well, I'd say that he's probably planning on using her ability to hit us with Zergo a bunch. Oh, no, he's taking... Oh, no, okay. That was weird. It makes him target it and then choose not to use the ability, would be my guess there as to what's going on. And then we'll come in. And this way, if he blocks here, then that's good for us too. No, he'll just eat a token. Can't say we're surprised. And then next turn we'll just run back the triple pump Denizen, get at you with all our guys plan until he crumples under our relentless assault. This is a Temur aggro deck, if I had to categorize it based on what we've seen. Yasova is a very stalwart, handsome woman. Alright, yes, he values Zergo above Denizen, which is something we appreciate when our opponents do. So he had to tap more mana to kill Zergo, and we can still potentially triple pump our Denizen. Trade off with Yasova and get in for 4. Or we can just strike her and not triple pump our Denizen, but, remove the potential for shenanigans down the line. Still get in for 5. Be advancing our game plan nicely. Opponent is also stuck on land, but so are we, so nothing too shocking about that. Heir of the Wilds, pretty good blocker. Yeah, just getting fire off the top here. We'll see if it's good. It is. Opponent defense at 2. We are definitely threatening lethal. See what his plan is. Okay, so going to the board against our Temur Aggro friend, we're going to be on the draw. He has a lot of 4-power guys, so... Oh, and we are, by the way, back with the version of the deck using Lightning Berserker. Due to some bad beats in my Obzon matchups recently, I also switched out Anger of the Gods for Hall of Triumph and 2 more Roast, which seems good. Haven't seen a lot of Death Mist, haven't seen a lot of Megamorph, haven't seen, the things that led me to believe that Anger of the Gods was going to be better than additional removal. Which I think is what we're going to do here, is bring in some Roast instead of Lightning Strike, since they're functionally the same card in this matchup. Go down 1 Dragon Fodder, 1 Outburst, and bring in probably just some additional burn. And that way we don't go too far up the curve with our sieges. And again, I'm assuming that we're playing an aggro opponent, and we are just going to go 1 step slower. We're going to be, pardon me, not a vaguely, but a controlling deck. This is almost a perfect hand to demonstrate what I mean by that. Because we've still got our trusty damage-dealing 1-drop who's going to get in for 4 to 6 points of damage, if all goes according to plan. But then we have removal to deal with whatever he's got going on. And once we get that 4 to 6 in, Eidolon of the Great Revel. Make sure that we stay ahead. Because what did we see? We saw low-cost dudes, for the most part. Heel Cutter we are just fine with. We're going to get a land and be able to dash him, more than likely, by the time it's relevant. Caryatid we cannot roast. That's fine. Caryatid kind of turns my aggro assumption on its head as well. Can't really assume that that's what we're facing. So we'll go ahead and go wide here. No reason to swing in. And then we can attack, do 2 damage, or 1 damage even. And if we don't get another mountain at that point, we can Eidolon. Because it's better to have a little bit of life advantage when you land Eidolon than none. Because at that point it's basically just a clock accelerator. And if you can have them on a shorter clock before you turn on the accelerator, then they will die first. And by that I mean have, life advantage. He's getting roasted. Tap out to play your Knuckleblade. Cool. Oh, he's not tapped out. Let's see. Alright. Well, he could have given him haste and swung, but it wasn't in the cards. 2 Eidolons, eh? If he does have the mana to give it +2/+2, Roast actually becomes pretty bad against Knuckleblade. Something I didn't consider during boarding. Because he becomes a 6/6 and Roast does 5. So, hopefully that doesn't come up. And hopefully we rip a mountain on our next draw step. I have so much hope. Hope for the future of me winning this game of Magic. There's a Stratus Dancer, Dem Protector, probably a Dem Protector. But again, he's tapping out to play his pretty valuable threats. And we don't really have a problem just running this back. Oh, middle. Mystic Claw Rattle. That's what that guy's name is. Yep, yep. Fresh new face. The Mystic Claw Rattle. Alright. We would like to see a Stoke. Um, we could make that work. A third mountain would be fine too. Maybe we... No, I don't think we have good attacks here. We could have dashed Heel Cutter and made his Thunderbreak unable to block. We're going to feint with our Zergo here. And let him assume that we're playing Titan Strengths or something else equally. No. He's not fallen for our tricks. Alright, well, we could have made that something okay. We still have 4 points of life advantage here, although that's going to start evaporating once the Thunderbreak Regent gets to work. But then we can also pretty safely race by dashing out Heel Cutter, and he'll quickly figure out once that happens once that he needs to leave up mana to remove it. Yep, he's saying get that Eidolon out of here. Doesn't want to take any more damage from that. We've got another one in the wings, though. Opponent's on the defensive, and he has another Mana Dork, or... Wow, Love Nylea. Okay, this artifact can get out of hand quickly. Okay, so he's probably going to just be 2 mana tap, gain 3 from here on out. Okay, that's also fine. I really did not think I pressed F2 there. That's a little unfortunate. Very unfortunate. In fact, I think that might have been the game. We wanted to start heel cutting this turn more than anything, really. Okay, but we're not going to let it stop us from developing our board state here and heel cutting on the next turn. Yeah, we could have gotten in for 5 that turn, brought him to 9, and then post board. That's a new one. So that is probably a sideboard card. A great draft card, just haven't seen it since Khans rotated out. Certainly not in Constructed. But, you know, there's life gain is actually fairly powerful in this format. So, what is going on here? The stop is not on my main phase. That is the worst. You should always have a stop on your main phase. Okay, well, that's a big punt. Not gonna lie, we would probably be better served by going to game 3 here. We'll be on the play. Yeah, I don't think that skipping 2 attack steps is gonna win us this game. At all, really. But we will have a chance here to Arc Lightning his Thunderbreak Regent. That's fine. Arc Lightning his Thunderbreak Regent and play Zergo out. That's outrageous. That's actually really good against us. So we're going to take 3. He's going to gain 4. So he'll be at 16. We'll be at 14. But we won't be taking 4 in the air. Which, come to think of it, we haven't really done yet. So... maybe we just play like Eidolon, Zergo, and pass. He's got a lot of ways. He's got at least 2 ways to gain a decent amount of life. Uh, so, oh, we clearly wanted to go Zergo then Eidolon. Yeah, I'm a little tilted from the lack of main phase stops. That really hurt our game plan, falling victim to the same thing, the same foible, twice in a row. Okay, here's Yasova. He doesn't have the mana to do that. He does have the mana to do this, though. And when he finally does swing, his guys are going to be Death Touchers. So, we aren't looking forward to that. But at this point, we aim an Arc Lightning at his head, we draw a Stoke, and we're 70% killing him. And he is not anxious to engage us in combat. So, that's pretty good for us, all things considered. That's rough because we can't even heal cut his Thunderbreak region. So we are just going to do 3 to the dome here because this is what a race looks like. And he's going to gain 3. And we don't have any attacks. That's okay. We pretty much depend on the reach that we get from Eidolon, and if we sideboard into our full mid-range configuration, we also get additional reach from Perforos and Outpost Siege, as well as the Arc Lightnings, and well, I think that's the alternative burn spell that we have in the sideboard at this time. But yeah, we aren't really looking to win through creature damage, and our opponent is on no cards, so we just need the top of our deck to do something good here. Apparently Crater's Claw does not trigger the Eidolon. That's strange. Okay, can we dash? No, we can't do both. And playing Rabble Master will just send these guys to their inevitable dooms. Like, that wouldn't be the best thing for us. So we're probably going to dash here. Make it so that Flayer can't block. And get in for 2. Well, we are working in the margins here. So hopefully, I mean, it's obviously Thunderbreak on Heel Cutter, Yasova, and Caryatid each get a token. But again, targeting, I mean, Heel Cutter dies to either of these 2 cards, and targeting Thunderbreak, Lightning strikes us. Yeah, he's just, the bow. Skipping those combat phases probably put us in this back foot type of position. Without those mistakes, it's quite possible that, he would be a lot closer to dying right now. But we'll just concede here. Go to game 3. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and try our full transformational sideboard here. Now that we know a little bit more of what we're up against, we know that Denizen probably is not going to do a great job. Haven't seen a Berserker yet. Wild Slash also not an MVP in this type of matchup, and we'll go down. Well, Rabble Master is better on the play. So we'll go down one heel cutter. I think that looks like a plan. And eventually, we'll get him. All right, 5 lander with Eidolon into Rabblemaster. I like it because it's its own little engine. Rabblemaster pecks away at him, and Eidolon, we don't have to cast many spells. In other words, we don't have to trigger ourselves off of Eidolon until he deals with Rabblemaster, which will probably be a couple draw steps and afford us time to find another threat off the top. I mean, it might have been correct to mull for a Zergo or a Lightning Berserker and just try and be the beat down here, but we tried that on the draw in game 2 and got punished. And I feel like with the full mid-range loadout with the sieges, we can still be a creature-heavy, aggressive mid-range deck that has good synergies between that strategy and, Dragon's Mode on the Siege, Perforos, etc. Okay, that's fine. We would prefer the Eidolon Eat-a-Wild / to our Rabblemaster, most definitely. And there's Hall of Triumph. We might jam that and then Rabblemaster. Set up to hit him for, 2 with each token this guy spawns. He becomes like a Xenagos. Hall of Triumph plus Goblin Rabblemaster, a build your own Xenagos. God, I sound like Wizards of the Coast coverage team. But that is quite good because now it means that our little goblin tokens are going to be trading for his hate bears. So, oh my goodness, that's really something, isn't it? Okay. I think this is the correct play, regardless. This is just craziness, though. Too bad we can't cast both of these on one turn for some time. But a 3/3 Rabblemaster making 2/2 hasters is pretty sweet, not gonna lie. And there's the trade. Token for an error. Sounds bad. I wouldn't take that trade from his side, but eh. Okay, that takes care of that. And then we lay down our siege and get to work finding another threat. It's basically the game plan from here. We'll choose cons. Start digging. The chosen color is red. Rothart chose cons. Or I should say, Rothart. That is how you pronounce it, by the way. Never mind the 0. Okay, opponent is leaving up 5 mana. What does that represent? It's an interesting one. Probably some burn if I had to guess. Wow. 2 lands off the top. Not extremely helpful. Oh no! It's legendary! First match playing with Hall of Triumph since like last fall when I was playing Mono Black Aggro and Theros block. Of course it's legendary. We need a Obelisk of Erd. Not that we want an Obelisk of Erd, but if we wanted the double pump yada da, that's where it would be at. Alright, Roast I'm not sold on. So many of the threats in this format are dragons. I mean, when Roast is good, it's real good, but when it's not, it's kind of crappy. 2 heel cutters we will take, though, because we can actually hard cast one and dash one. which is kind of crazy. Kind of nuts bonkers. And then just double heal cut from here until infinity. Seems good. Seems good with my 4-3s here attacking you. You can't block. So, yeah. Don't do that. Don't you block it. You can't. You can't. Alright. The post board, the mid-range red is really looking quite good. Assuming its pilot doesn't, like, whiff and play 2 heal cut, or 2 Hall of Triumph. Or 2 Zergos, for that matter. Like the old turn 1 Zergo, turn 2 dash Zergo. It doesn't work how I thought it would the first time I played with Zergo. I don't know what about the legendary rule is difficult. Probably nothing. But that's on me, isn't it? So we'll see what he's using his Vent Maw mana on. It's one of 2 cards in his hand. Okay, he's putting down a Morph. And that's it. Is the Morph another, what do you call it? Rattleclaw Mystic? Or is it something potentially threatening? Let's find out. And then we can actually play Outpost Siege again, but I think here it's correct just to get in for 8. And we are most certainly threatening lethal. We'll see if our opponent has a plan for it. Hit us for 4. Maybe Titan Strength plus Temur Battle Rage. Maybe. Maybe not. Interesting. He's morphing again. Digging through time. Oh wow, he's Crater's Clawsing me right out of the game. Oh no, to 1. Oh no, plus 2. Wow, unbelievable. Crater's Claws out of nowhere. Huh. Savage Ventmaw with Crater's Claws is actually good. I didn't think that this card was very good. That's probably not. I mean, that's a corner case, I would say. But getting 6 mana to dump into your Crater's Claws if you're running 4 of them is not bad. Like, didn't consider that. Alright, well, we lost to a Crater's Claws. It happens. That's pretty much how that deck wins. So, it all went according to plan for the opponent. However, I still think our deck is sweet. I'm happy with the sideboard changes that we did get to make, and I think that they're going to help us in this largely, you know, there's a lot more aggressive decks running around than there had been in the past. In the past, it was, the standard format was pretty much dominated by Obzon and Esper, which have, well, Obzon has an aggro flavor, but otherwise they you know, rock cards like Siege Rhino and Elspeth and Ugin and Ochitai, Dragon Lord. And you get the idea. So, Roast not terribly good against those decks. Not terribly good against any deck with dragons in the title, which is a growing portion of the metagame. But that's one of the things I really like about this standard season and playing Dragons of Tarkir Standard is it is so fluid, ever-changing, broad, and that's a nice change of pace from, you know, 3 decks. Choose one. You can play the aggro deck, the mid-range deck, or the control deck. Like, anyway, I'm enjoying myself. Hope you guys are too. And if you're still with me after my long-windedness, please hit that subscribe and like button, and we will catch you in the next video. Alrighty, I'm Max with Maximus Games. Have a great one.